Delta PDP is one of the subsisting dynasties, political dynasties in Nigeria, just like you have that of Lagos, Tinubu influenced Ibori dynasty. How much of influence, judging by the recent appointments of Governor Kowa, which seems to have been more strategic in outlook, how organized, how integrated do you see the PDP Delta?
Well, I think the PDP as a ruling party in the state has had a track record. I mean, we shouldn't deny that. They have a track record of entrenching themselves in office. And so when they make those appointments, they are very strategic for the future. You know, what you are seeing on the surface is just a direction of what is in their mind. So their mindset must be read, and we also follow the same footprint for us to dismantle them. It's about engagement, looking at their structure vis-a-vis our own, and see where we can own, wherever theirs is on top. So naturally, a party that has been here for about going on order of 20 years wouldn't want, they still want to be there, whether the people like it or not, whether the opposition likes it or not. They want to win, they want to be there. And sometimes you see them beat their chest that this is a PDP state. It may not be totally correct, but just the fact that the opposition has not been able to get it right in terms of looking at their tricks and politicking, then making sure that the core of the opposition party, which is the All Progressive Congress, is rejigged in such a way that will track them and overtake them. And so that's my take. It's not a voodoo thing. It's about systems. It's about people. If you don't manage your human resources very well, you won't go anywhere. But I believe that what we are doing in APC is to rejig the system and get the right people on board. And my advice more is to get people who have the pedigree. It may not be me, but please get the right people, search them out, look at their backgrounds, their past tense, look at them, then look at their present situation, who they are. And from there, you'll be able to build what you need to conquer the ruling party in the future. And that's in the nearest future, 2023. I believe we will win them. Whatever that distracted us in the past was based on certain primordial, I should say, primordial beliefs that, oh, we have the federal, and so we must. It's not like that. You must do the work. For you to be in the local government, then to be in the state, and to be in the federal, you have to do some work to climb. You cannot climb from above down. You need to go from the down to the top. The only difference is that based on the records of other states, we had a federal government, and we still have it now. And so, but what about our local content? What do we have in the state? Do we have people who have a pedigree? There are silent people who do their work and are very loyal. Search out for such people. Don't look at those ones that dress flamboyantly. They want to impress you by their dressing, and they have nobody with them. You need people who will tell you, I have 50 people, and those 50 are consistent. And those 50 will attract another 50. And there's a multiplier effect. Not people who carry themselves around, chieftaincy type. All of us are chiefs. I'm a chief myself. But I don't wear the regalia. That doesn't make any meaning to me. But I can tell you that there are people who you look at and you commonize them because they are sincere, and you think because of their sincerity they may not be able to produce results. Go back to the results, go back to the units and see what people have been doing. You don't carry people who failed elections in their units, even though we were all in opposition. There are people who did very well, who did better than others. I think the party should go back and check out those people and begin to select them. Ask questions about those people. They will tell you. Not the ones that fraternize with the elites, gum themselves to the elites, and the so-called elites, they are moving up and down and flamboyantly, and at the end of the day, on election day, you see nobody. You won't find anybody. We need people to be on the ground. And these are the people that should be empowered. Trusted people, and those that can deliver. If we don't get it right, then we have ourselves to blame. That's my take. This party in this state that has been ruling, well, it's just their luck. I don't think they've done fantastically well, but for what we have today, it's like they are reigning. So what do we do? What are our plans? What are our programs? What programs we have locally, local content programs to counter what they have? So it's about politics, yes. Then it's about pedigree. Getting people of professional caliber, people in different fields who can bring their professional experience to play. It's not about talking, shouting slogans. No. There are people in the engine room who make things happen. Then those that can go out, do the road shows, do the other noise and all that, but the engine room must be empowered, must be powerful. It's not everybody you see in the PDP that goes on the street, but they are backstage people, working, creating all the policies, creating all the strategies, and how to move along and say, look, everybody has a role to play. Yes, but there are people who have to play critical roles. Who are those people? It's not about, to me, I've always said that, it's not about ego carrying yourself and you have nothing to show for it. It's about really working tough and getting results. Even at nothing, even without anything, you can make something. If you're making 50% with nothing, then if you are properly designed, there's a properly designed workshop for the party, then you get 100%. So we can't continue to be on the ground. We are going to be on the floor or begin to stagnate. We stay at that one point, the next thing is will drop. So I thank God that at this stage we have overcome all our challenges, we've overcome all our differences, and I hope sincerely that the party faithfuls, beginning from the leadership and to the followership and supporters, we should be able to say, look, let's call a spade for us to win in Delta State. We can really. We must trust ourselves. We must act in consonance with faith in ourselves. Ethnicity is bad. It will take away the good of the place if we keep on looking at many other variables, many other factors. It's a game, it's a draft. And if you don't play it very well, one novice will win. And that's what we have in having the system we have in place today, where people beat their chests and say, well, we are the ones in charge. But what is the quality of the delivery? We want super quality that will last longer. It's not easy to get. It's about hard work. It's about thinking. What efforts are we making to think, to get people on board that will make us win? And win genuinely and sincerely. If you hope to win by some magic and there's a slip, what do you have? Failure. So you must consistently You're going to for exam, you're working rather than studying, you think you want to do some expo, and the expo fails to come. What do? Nothing works. The person fails completely. So I believe that this is a time for us to tell ourselves the real truth and work together in harmony. Not about the largesse of office. No. Not about the largesse. Of course, when you are walking, you walk with confidence. This is what we need. And those that are ready, there are many who are ready and willing to bring victory to our party. Many. But if leadership, or in quote, leadership, is not doing the right thing, then there is nothing than regrets. But we hope, and I hope sincerely, that it will never come again. We will never show regrets, we will never have regrets again. 2023 is a fait accompli as far as I'm concerned, and by my faith I believe that there's nothing stopping us. But let's open our hearts, open our minds. If you do calculations of 8 plus 8 or 9 plus 8 and what about the other ones, and your opponent takes more than you fail. So you can't trust, you must give some gap. Oh, I have 8 plus 9, 9 plus 8, or 8 plus 8. I'm sure you get what I'm trying to say. Then you win. No. What if you're just asleep? You must penetrate to take some out of 1 8 or some out of the other 9 for you to stand firmly, because any little sleep, you are out.
Ideologically speaking, most of the aficionados in APC were once part of the PDP dynasty in Delta State. The prior to elections, like let's say 2022 or 2021, towards the end of 2021, there is this window of shopping, passing, crossing over from one party to the other. The UC, take for instance the deputy president of the Senate was grounded in Delta PDP. There's a possibility that he could jump ship ahead of 2023. Do you see that happening?
Not at all. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. And I don't think anybody will do that in 2023. I mean, what are you jumping for? What are you going to get when you jump? Are you jumping from somewhere to nowhere? I mean, let's be very fair to ourselves. I don't think your question is in the right direction, but I believe that a man of vision will always be a man of vision. I would not know what his policy input would be, but I know he has some strategies, just like any other person who probably have an idea of what he wants to do in 2023. And so, jumping ship, and you're talking of the DSP. No, he cannot jump ship when he has all he takes already. He got the position he has. That is the position of responsibility in the first instance. And so then he jumps to the other side and people will call for him to leave that place. No, he can't do that. I believe he will never. And I have a shortage of his ambitions, a shortage of knowledge of his ambitions. But if you put me in such a position, I will not jump ship, and I know he won't jump ship. Not any other person that has any form of ambition will jump ship. If you jump ship to the PDP, for instance, what are you going to get? They would ask you to queue. You can't be at the top and you jump ship and go behind and queue again. When is it going to take you to rise to that level? No matter the pedigree, I believe that the right thinking would have sway.
Let's take, for instance, in the 8th Senate, in the 8th Assembly,
yes,
the Speaker of the National Assembly, the House of Representatives, had to jump ship, and he eventually revolutionized the politics of Bauchi State. Would that not be a wrong counter to your impression of having everything and losing it to get nothing?
Circumstances differ. You're talking of Tambuwal.
Not Tambuwal, it's Dogara.
Oh, yeah, Dogara. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he came back. Circumstances differ, like I said, but was he able to come back as Senate President? I mean, as a House Speaker? No. And what I would say in that sense is that the man knows his constituency. He knows them very well and is sure of what he was doing at that time. He came back, no doubt about that. We cannot flaw that. But there are areas where Makiu is a Christian from Bauchi State, and the Christians have their community and religion plays some role, but not quite that, because there are a mixture of Muslims and Christians as well. Yet the sum total of a community is where you derive your victory. And if you're a good person, in quote and unquote, they will still bring you back. But in some other calculations, if you jump, rather jump into the river, or you jump to the valley. So if you hang on a cliff, you better step back. So the man knew his own self. Meanwhile, the former Senate President thought he had Kwara State as a whole, and of course the 1/3 of Kwara under his grip, under his armpit. He didn't follow that. That was a different program altogether. You get the point? That was what played out in that particular instance. So that area is a different geographical area with their nuances of politics. So you must know where you're coming from, first of all, and where you are and where you're going before you determine where you're going. So he looked at all the variables, I guess. I knew he was going somewhere. But the other guy didn't look at the variables. He felt that his money would take him everywhere. And that was why he crashed. So there are two different, you can see the two scenarios. At the same time, they played out. One succeeded, the other one failed woefully. And I believe that this cannot be transported into any other state that is as difficult as Delta State. There are two different ball games where we have many ethnic nationalities. Maybe same religion, Christianity, but different variations of it. Not religion doesn't play any role in Delta State, I know about that. But there are many critical factors that play roles, and we have to deal with vote buying. Very, very important. There are nonchalant people who just, 4 years, okay, bring that. You know, those are the factors we need to kill. We need to kill those factors so that we can get the right people in place. You understand what I'm trying to say, P? That's the obvious truth.